Hi, welcome to Fabric Bites. It's July 2025, and I was just cleaned everything up, heading to bed, and I got this thought in my head. My daughter has this lunchbox that she has filled up, it's not with food, with stuff, and so when she carries it, the other day she was carrying it, and because it's so heavy, it's so filled up, it popped open and everything dropped out. And I've been thinking for a while it would be nice if she had a bag to carry it in because it would be easier for her than this little handle that's on the top. But she loves this design. I have this vinyl. I have this webbing. I have this bias tape. I think I can make a bag fairly quickly. It's just the height of the box that fits it in. I'll box the corners. I'm going to box the corners with like what I call the triangle method, where you're not cutting out squares, you're just creating triangles. I'm not going to cut them off. I'm going to fold them under to add to the support. And I'm going to use this for strapping. Anyway, let's see how fast I can get this done tonight and then head to bed. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it off for another day, but I'm going to get it started definitely. So I'm going to whip all my stuff back out again and get going. So wish me luck. Back in a flash. Okay, I got my piece cut out. It should be just tall enough. And I've got the sides sewed together, so now I'm doing my corners. Now the box itself is 4 inches wide, so I've got myself set up to be about 4.5 inches. I'm going to box this corner at about 4.5 inches wide. And then I'll do the other one. And then I'll start putting the trim on. Ooh, back in a flash. Here it is so far. I know it's vinyl, so it's really hard to see, but you can see my little triangles at the bottom here, hopefully. And I've already put my camera stand away, so I'm trying to be really steady. I'm holding this by hand. Tip it to the side. There you go. And yeah, so I did a test fit already, and the box fits perfectly inside. It's just right here to this height, of maybe a little bit lower than the height, which is perfect. Now I'm going to run, I have to decide if I want to do the bias tape around the top first, or it's still inside out. Or if I want to run the strap on. I think I'm going to do the bias tape around and then put the strap on. And the strap will actually end up covering the sides here, so I won't put bias tape here. And I do want to try to stitch down these right here so they're not flapping up. I might do that by hand, but probably not, because that would not be very much fun. So I'm going to figure that piece out there. I'm going to go ahead and get the bias around the top, though. That's easy peasy. Well, sort of easy peasy. I'm not great at putting it on, but that's the easier part. All right, back in a flash. Ta-da! There it is, done. I started at 11:10 and ended at 12:48, and it's definitely time for me to go to bed. But I got it done. I'm so excited. So the way I did it, of course, the top is bias tape. It was just bias tape that I bought. And rather than sew it on one side and then roll it over and sew on the other side, I didn't want to poke through the vinyl that much, so I just kind of smushed it down, because you can feel the vinyl on there, and clipped it in place and then sewed it around. I did change to red thread because that way it would be less easy to see the stakes and the stitching on this one, and I knew it was going to be difficult with this one, just getting it in my machine, and it was. I was able to fold the vinyl in half to slide it under, and I was also able to crunch it down in some ways to get it under, but yeah, it was a little hard to get it in there, but it worked. So the strap goes all the way around the outside, and I missed a little spot down there here. And then I also, to cover up the seam, I put a piece of it inside as well. I folded the raw edges under and then sewed it, stuck it down here all the way across and up. I used two-sided tape because I could do that since it's covered on both sides, so you can't see where the tape is. It didn't stick 100%, so I was using also some clips on the ends here, and I would clip down here. I'd kind of smush the bottom down and clip the ends there and get it into place. And I sewed one side down one side just to hold it, and then I was able to get the bottom pressed into place and get this into place and sew the other side. I did actually remember to add a fabric loop, which is just the bias tape sewn together and make a loop, even though her container is going to fit in there just perfect. So let me show you what that looks like. Ready? And there it is on that exactly how I wanted it. It is a little short, but that is kind of what I was looking for, was it to line up just a little bit underneath there, shorter. I might have gone a little bit taller, but I did actually make the option to trim it down. It hangs really nicely, so it will not flip over as she's carrying it, so it's nice in that respect. And she can see, except for the sides, while it's in here, on that, because of the strap here, she can mostly see it, or kind of see it in there, but she can see her box through there, and of course not on the bottom either, but barely a little bit there. So anyway, there it is. I'm really hoping she likes it. I hope you like it. I hope that wherever and whenever you're at, you're having a great time, and thanks for watching.